Paranormal Survivor, Underground Railroad. Interview with Maureen Hennelly. Take 1. Marking.
We bought this house in June of 2012. It was in complete, total disrepair. They were actually thinking about knocking it down. We actually fell in love with it. We knew the structure itself was very sound, and my husband knew he could renovate it by himself.
From what we understand, it was abandoned for about 5 years and empty.
I had a feeling that there was something not quite right with the home.
Local people were telling us about objects and people moving around and lights showing up in the house while it was vacant.
We just always refer to it as the local haunted house.
Despite the warnings, Maureen and Mark were excited to own a home with so much history.
We noticed a trapdoor in the floor.
You're not gonna believe it. Come on, look at this. Like, what do you think?
The trapdoor would soon reveal a shocking secret.
Careful. Stairs are steep, so be careful. Wow, this is amazing. Look at this. I don't know what it is. Come on down. Oh my God.
We could look out towards the back wall of the home, towards the backyard, and we could see where there was an opening. So we kind of surmised that it was probably a hiding place or a tunnel that had an entrance somewhere in the backyard that was sealed up.
You could probably fit maybe about 6 people down there. After researching the home a little bit more, I was able to find out that this house was part of the Underground Railroad.
The Underground Railroad was a network of secret routes and safe houses used by slaves to escape into freedom.
This house was being used to harbor slaves and protect them during the evening while they moved north, but I can't say it really bothered me. I just thought it was history, and I thought it was very exciting.
Eager to renovate the home, Mark put in long hours in the evening, getting it ready for his family.
I used to see things be in different places, from one place to the next, and I knew I didn't leave it there. Things were getting moved. I thought maybe I was losing my mind, but things were definitely moving in different places than I left them.
When somebody decides to renovate their home or change things, the energy that has been absorbed over the years from an entity or an evil death, a traumatic event, that absorption comes to life. It awakens the spirits.
I would hear a bell ringing, like a servant's bell. Not a telephone, but the old servant's bell ringing.
Patrick? Marie?
Thought maybe I was just hearing things and it's hallucinating, but I would hear it throughout the evening, and not just one evening. It went on, maybe once or twice a week I would hear it. I heard women's voices, and it sounded like they were in the next room. They were having a normal conversation. They weren't upset. They weren't arguing. They were just having a conversation, but I couldn't understand what they were talking about. But once I left the room, they stopped. And I went back in, and continued working, and they would start talking again.
Mark wasn't the only one who had experienced strange activity. Soon, it was Mark's teenage son, Patrick.
One day, Patrick forgot his key. So my son tried the front door. He tried the kitchen door. Both were locked. He walked around back. He tried the back door in the foyer. That was locked.
And he came back around to the front door, and then he noticed it was open. It was just locked 5 minutes ago. He came back and it was wide open.
Like any teenager, he didn't think much of it and he walked into the house. And then Patrick went into the main bathroom in the hallway upstairs. And he shut the door. Now, my husband had taken all the doorknobs off all the doors while he was doing all the renovations.
And for some reason, the door locked and he couldn't get out.
Patrick heard people literally walking around having conversations with each other.
So I think it was probably a half hour to 45 minutes later, I showed up and he must have heard me.
Dad! Dad!
Patrick?
I'm locked in the bathroom!
I walked up the stairs and I let him out.
What's up?
And he asked me how long I'd been here. I said, I just came in. And he goes, well, I heard footsteps walking around while I was locked in here.
And Mark was like, don't understand why the door wouldn't open for you. And Pat's like, it wouldn't open until you opened it.
Eventually, the activity in the house was so intense that it became dangerous.
We were having lights malfunctioning. Went to step down the first couple of stairs, and I felt somebody shove me.
Soon after moving into their historic home, Maureen Henley and her family began to experience disturbing paranormal activity,
Let me out!
which quickly escalated into violence.
Went to step down the first couple of stairs, and I felt somebody shove me. And I went flying down the stairs. I'd never experienced anything like that before. I feel like I was very lucky that I was not more seriously injured.
Something pushed me.
It was pretty upsetting. And at that point, I was like, okay, we may have a problem here with this house. I reached out to the Pennsylvania Paranormal Association.
Paranormal investigator Mark Keyes and psychic medium Virginia Centrillo agreed to help.
When I arrived at Maureen and Mark's home, as soon as I walked in, I was greeted by a couple. They had period clothing on, and they met me right in the hallway just before you go towards the stairs. I started to realize they were husband and wife. They wanted to be known. As I approached the stairs, I felt I was going to be pushed, and she was trying to keep me away from the stairs, the spirit. So I looked at the owner, Maureen. I said, did somebody try to push you down the stairs? And she said, oh, yes. Yes, they did.
She let me know that the female spirit guarded the center hallway stairs and that she was the one who pushed me down the stairs.
She pushed Maureen down the stairs, trying to show Maureen who's boss. She ruled the roost with an iron fist. This is my home. What are you doing here? Why are you taking it apart? Why are you breaking things down?
Can you show me the rest of the house?
The husband and her were keeping some sort of secret. And she was the caretaker of what was going on in that home as far as their secret.
It was a secret that would only be revealed when they headed through the hidden trapdoor.
I picked up movement, a lot of movement, and I was hearing talking. like whispering. We had a motion light that kept going on and off. So where one of the motion lights were, Mark was touched.
Somebody just touched me.
There were actually 2 slaves in the basement. They were hiding. It was like an underground railroad. That was the secret. Both homeowners, they were protecting the 2 spirits, protecting these slaves. At this point, they knew my intent was not to harm at all. So they finally allowed me to go and find these 2 young ladies. When the spirits of the husband and wife allowed me to speak with the girls, they were very frightened, very scared, very cold. We sat down and we did a little circle. They needed love. I was used as a channeler at that moment to place love around them, show them love, show them care, show them warmth. And we asked each one of them to come forward so they become lighter and go into the light. And as we were talking to them, you can feel the energy shift.
With the slave spirits gone, Virginia was sure that the homeowner spirits would soon follow.
After the investigation, the activity in the home dropped off dramatically. The atmosphere just seemed more open, lighter. Is the only way I can describe it. Nothing physical has happened to me or anybody else in the family, and I'm not concerned that anything will.
Before we had the investigation, I was probably a big skeptic and I really didn't believe in the paranormal. But experiencing what I went through, I am no longer a skeptic. I believe.